So, how to make your own homemade exhaust pipe. First, you gotta design it. Have someone design it, or if you have a design program, do it yourself. Then you gotta make sure you have the right dimensions for your sled. Make sure it fits, and then make sure you have the right back pressure, which means you're gonna have to probably weld in some type of restriction pipe or plates to make sure you get that right back pressure, or else what could happen to your motor. And then after you design it and do all that, weld it all together, make sure your mounts for your springs work, and make sure it's loud. That's how you.
The first thing I'm going to address is the mounts that you need to weld on for your sled. As you can see in this picture here, this is for a Dragon, my sled, and so they have these kind of square type mounts, which these square pieces come together, and then they're holded by like 2 or 4 springs or whatever. So that's how the Polaris Dragon works. I don't know what you ride or what you guys are going to go for, but that's just what you have to do. Is you have to take from your old stock can or your old aftermarket can or whatever you're doing, and find what the mount looks like, where it mounts to on the bottom of the sled, and figure out what shapes need to match up, and how it needs to be made, and what you're going to use to make it. This one here is a little flimsy. It's made out of aluminum. This is our first homemade can, but yeah. So this is this picture below is the mount. Kind of welded it with this MIG spool gun for aluminum. Not really the best choice, but hey, it'll hold up. So the next thing that we're going to go over here is making that bend to the pipe, making the bend that comes around for to match up with the head pipe, or not, yeah, head pipe, and to match up with and to go into the can. So it depends on what kind of tube bender you have, if you have a tube bender or not. What we did is we didn't have my tube bender there at the moment, so we just welded our way around the curve one by one section of aluminum. So this way it's not as clean as a tube bender because you have all those welds in there, but it still works just as well. You just gotta make sure you have no holes and clean welds. But yeah, so that's pretty much the easiest way. Probably better to bend it, but it's gotta work with what you got, I guess. Now the last thing I'll quick run over here is how to make that lip to the head pipe. What you gotta do is maybe take a block of aluminum, something from someone's old can, which would probably work better if you want to cut up your stock can. I didn't want to do that with mine because I wanted to keep my old can in case I got in a front or side impact. But yeah, so you gotta pretty much either drill out with like a hole saw to the right lip that will match up and tightly seal to your exhaust pipe or your head pipe. As you can tell in this video, it's not perfect because you can see it coming out of the head pipe gap, but we're gonna fix that later on in another video. So yeah. That was our tutorial on how to make your own homemade can. We'll be doing more video stuff. This is just we're just doing a voiceover for this one because we didn't have time to film. But yeah, and so here's a video of what it sounds like now. Sounds pretty sweet.